Joining me now to discuss more is Dr. Christophe Correll to discuss the realities for adults living with schizophrenia. So, Dr. Correll, can you tell us what your experience has been like working with adults who live with schizophrenia?
Yeah, thanks for having me and for bringing this important topic on the show. Schizophrenia is a severe brain disorder. It's complex and it affects all of the things that make us human, meaning how we think, how we feel, how we act, how we perceive the world and integrate those stimuli, and also which language we use, which can then be stigmatizing, but also lead to multiple relapses and crises which deter people from achieving their goals. And I'm quite excited to be partnering with Janssen Pharmaceuticals to educate about schizophrenia and long-acting treatment options on this show.
Yeah, so what are some of the challenges that adults with schizophrenia have?
Of course, accepting that they have this illness that makes them do and feel and act in a way that they are out of sync with reality, but then also accepting that they have to take medication to stay the course and go back into life. And remember, non-adherence is part of the human condition. We all don't do the things we need to do, and 365 times a year, every day a medication can be hard for all of us. But then if you have schizophrenia, you don't remember things well, you might be ambivalent about the treatment, it's tricky, and that can then fuel further relapses. So long-acting injectable treatments, which are given at a much longer interval, can help patients have a delay for their next episode. Maybe even not having to go to the hospital, they live longer on long-acting injectables and functioning is more possible. There are different options available. For example, there's the Janssen Invega Sustenna, which is once monthly treatment, 12 times a year. There's Invega Trinza, which is every 3 months. That's just 4 times a year. And now more recently approved by the Food and Drug Administration, Invega Half-Yeara. And guess what it means? It means every 6 months, twice a year. And there were recent very exciting data in an open label study. The patients that went into a 2-year study, 96% approximately had not a relapse during that time, and 90% finished the whole 2-year course. Imagine what that frees in terms of time and ability to focus on things that matter beyond symptom control, beyond having to remember treatment, or maybe even getting into fights with their family members who are checking on them whether they're taking the medication.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a chore to have to remember to take that every day. So a long-acting injectable definitely sounds appealing. You know, it would be a lot easier to manage. But what about side effects? I mean, is this being tolerated well?
Very good question. Obviously, the illness manifests in different ways in different patients, but also medication might agree or disagree with different patients. There are always risks and benefits, and so one should talk to the doctor about this. But the long-acting forms do not have more side effects than the short-acting forms. But again, it needs to be individualized.
Yeah, I know that's another issue too, is that people don't like the side effects, so then they stop taking the drugs. Is it possible that they could, you know, take maybe a short-acting injectable at first to know if they're going to tolerate it well, instead of having to, you know, take it and then wait 3 months before they switch to something different?
This is an excellent question. We would never give a long-acting injectable off the bat. We always start with the oral treatment to find the right dose, to see that it works and that there are no rate-limiting side effects. And then we would, together with the patient, decide that the long-acting treatment is best. And information can come from the healthcare professional, but also from very useful websites, like, for example, JanssenLAIS.com, which is JANSSEN.LAIS.com.
So who would be a good candidate for something like this? What should people ask their healthcare providers if they think that this sounds interesting to them?
Yeah, so in my experience and opinion, and we've done lots of research, actually almost everyone with schizophrenia is eligible for a long-acting injectable because they're all at risk of stopping medication. And when they stop, we at least find out when they have an LAI, and we can talk about this. We can bring in the family members. But everyone who has schizophrenia or their loved ones should talk to the healthcare professional and raise that as an option and ask more about it to see whether it's suitable and right for them.
Dr. Correll, before I let you go, is there any last minute advice you want to give? You know, we started this segment by saying that this is a disease that's not accurately portrayed in TVs and movies. So what would you like the public to know about schizophrenia and maybe some of the stigmas that you wish weren't out there?
Yeah, thanks for that opportunity. I think this illness is so stigmatized, and it really interferes with patients seeking help. When they go online, they see these horror stories, and they are deterred from taking medication. So the main message I want to convey is schizophrenia is treatable. There is hope. People with schizophrenia can live a normal life. They can achieve functionality. That means being with friends, going out, going to work or school, and having also a sense of agency and life engagement. But that is only possible with long-term maintenance of treatment, which is best achieved in our experience and what the data say with long-acting injectable treatments.
All right, Dr. Christoph Correll, it sounds like there are better treatments on the horizon. Thank you so much for joining us from the Zucker School of Medicine. We appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.